good morning. It is Wednesday and I am on my way to work, and yesterday was a long, busy day for us. We didn't do a whole lot, but it was just busy with Maddie's little birthday. Yesterday was her actual birthday, June 7th, and we wanted to make it special for her. So we had cupcakes and we decorated the house and just made her day super special. So we had a lot of fun. And I did a lot of just housework and organizing and stuff yesterday, and I had my nieces over and it was just a fun day. So of course I stayed up way too late, and this morning was tough. It was tough for me to get up. So I have to work today. I have to work half a day tomorrow, and then tomorrow evening Maddie has her first dance class, and I am so excited. I think I am more excited than she is. So we still have to get her little ballet shoes, and so I'm planning on trying to get those maybe tomorrow after work, because I still haven't gotten them. And I definitely won't have time today because I will be working all day long. Oh my goodness, I was watching YouTube while I was getting ready for work this morning, and I just could not believe that Amy, Alaskan Mama Vlogger, is pregnant with her 5th baby. Honestly, I thought that it was a joke. From the thumbnail, I seriously thought it was a joke. So Amy, if you're watching, you totally had me fooled. Like, I thought it was like a birthday prank or something. So when I was watching it, I saw it yesterday and I thought, oh, it's probably a prank. And so, you know, I was so busy I didn't click on it. And then I was watching it this morning and I was just like, oh my gosh, I wanted to squeal. But I couldn't squeal because everybody was asleep. But I definitely wanted to squeal. So congratulations, Amy, if you're watching. That is so awesome, so amazing. I am so happy for you. 5th baby, guys. Baby number 5. That would be like me if I got pregnant. I mean, it would be my 5th biological, but it would be like our 7th. So yeah, that would be kind of crazy. I don't think I'm having any more babies though, just to let you guys know. So if you see any kind of like pregnancy whatevers, either it's a prank or, oh my goodness, you know, we never know what God has in store though, right? So let's just say probably will not be intentionally planning anything like that. So yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful day. Super warm, super bright and sunny. And then on Saturday we will be having Maddie's like big birthday party. So her, you know, our extended family and everybody will come and have a birthday party for her. So when we went to pick out her little birthday present, we ended up letting Mason pick out a gift, because we were gonna plan on trying to have a party for him when we got back from the beach, but you know, we never ended up doing that. So we sort of felt guilty, you know, but we tried to explain to him, like, we took you to the beach for your birthday. That's a pretty big deal, right? And you got a really nice present, so let's, you know, be happy with that. So, but we still kind of felt bad because we did tell him, so we let him pick out a present to make up for it. And we told him why we were letting him get a present, since we didn't have his birth, you know, another birthday party for him. So anywho, yeah, party Saturday. So I'm anticipating Friday will be a day to get a lot of housework done and planning and probably groceries. I have no groceries in the house. I am hoping that my family does not starve to death and they can survive today without much food at all. There is very little food in the house, and I have got to get my act together and get to the store and get some food. So yeah, meal plans and all that jazz this week. We've just been throwing things together. Like last night we had spaghetti, The night before that, what did we have? I'm trying to think. Oh, I just kind of threw together a chicken broccoli casserole. So we're just kind of doing it on the fly, trying to use stuff that we had in our pantry and just picking up the meat, and that's been working out just fine. But since we are depleting our pantry stock and all of our food, yeah, it's looking pretty bare. So we gotta fix that today or sometime soon. All right, so after I've had some coffee, I am ready and back to speak with you guys. I have a very short drive, so I've got a few minutes, but I wanted to touch on a little subject that I've seen floating around here just a little bit. And I've been very cautious about talking about things like this because it creates so much controversy. But one of my YouTuber friends had made a video about this particular topic and then had ended up removing it because of the backlash that she had gotten. And I just felt like, really, that's kind of crazy. Like, not crazy that she removed it, but crazy because people are just so nasty, they're just nasty. So I thought, you know what, I wonder if people wonder about this about our life, so maybe I'll touch on it. And if there's some nastiness, then that's okay, we'll just let it be. But everybody gets all squirmish when we talk about discipline. We talk about disciplining our children. How do we discipline our children? I've gotten comments before that said, you don't even discipline, you never discipline your children. Oh, your kids are spoiled brats, they are blah, 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 blah. So I thought, you know what, maybe that would be a good topic to talk about while I'm driving, that I could sort of elaborate a little bit about and give you guys just a kind of an idea of how we handle discipline in our home, and just the types of things that we use to keep our children in line. So, do we discipline our children? Yes, we do. Yes, we do, because children need discipline. And before I get any deeper, I will say that, this is a very personal, y'all know the spiel. It's personal. Every family does it differently. You have to decide what works best for your children, and you have to, be in line with your spouse. So when children are young, when they are, fairly young, I would say, our primary discipline method, well, let me just say this, let me back up because it's not quite that simple. We try, when they're really young, like Maddie's age, to use more redirection. We try to redirect, we try to, if they're going down a road that we see this is going to lead to them getting hurt, or this is going to lead to, something that they don't need to be doing, we try to show them what they're doing, tell them that it's wrong, and redirect. If there's some type of malicious act on their part, such as biting, spitting, just punching us in the face or something of that sort, they will get a pops to the rear end. They get a pop to the rear end, and it's not severe or anything like that, but they do get a little notification that, hey, you shouldn't have done that, because that's a wake-up call. If there is, as they get older, more premeditation, lying, purposefully just being malicious, thinking about it, like planning about it before you do it, and things like that, we absolutely do spank. We also use grounding. We also, like with the older boys now, 11 and 13, we do not spank them. They are always grounded. They will have all of their electronics taken away. They will have chores added to their to-do list. Sometimes I will give them assignments such as like writing a paper as to what they did, why they did it, and why it was the wrong decision, and what kind of consequences could come of that, and all of that. So we use a lot of different discipline methods based on, number one, you need to know your child. You need to know your child. What kind of temperament does your child have? What works best for your child? You're the parent, you know what's going to work with your children. So you know that if you have a very strong-willed child, simply telling them no and telling them what they're doing wrong may not affect that child in the slightest, in the least. I've got one, I know. So, you know, when you give them a pop to the bottom, and then that gets their attention because, ow, that hurt, you know, and why did you pop me? Why did you spank me? Well, because this is gonna hurt you, because mommy told you not to do it and you did it, and so that's not the right decision. So that the next time they go to do something like that, remember last time you did that, you got a little pop to the bottom. That's not gonna work. You know, that's not the right move. So it works, and it's biblical if done in the right way. It's never done out of anger, and it's never done excessively. And we do not use, you know, big leather belts or, you know, items that are gonna injure our children. So we give them a little pop to the rear end, and that will redirect them, and that will, you know, teach them what they were doing was not right. I always explain to my children what they have done wrong, and we try to make sure that they don't repeat that in the future. So we actually had something like this happen last night, where the older kids did something. They were doing something that could have hurt one of the younger children, and they weren't thinking about it in that way. So basically they weren't meaning to be reckless, but they were being reckless in their actions, and we gave them a stern talking to help them realize that you are not thinking about others, you were thinking about yourself. So you need to be thinking about others, your actions. How is this gonna potentially be dangerous for those around me, for my family, for my siblings? And the biggest thing that we're working on with our children right now is thinking about others and serving others and not being self-centered, because selfishness, we have found, is the biggest problem and root cause of all of the actions that they end up being punished for. So it's selfishness, that's the root. And so we're trying to really train them to stop thinking about me, and start thinking about my family, and how can I serve others, and is this going to be safe, and is this going to cause any, you know, any like grievance to my parents and things like that. So we're trying to train them to think about others. So that's the biggest thing right now. I told you guys that I have implemented the checklist for the older boys for the summer. That has been going extremely well. They work as soon as they get up, typically, because they're ready for their screen time. They're doing all of their chores. They are earning their 90 minutes of screen time, and then they're going above and beyond and earning their unlimited screen time by doing everything. So it's working so great, so well. I'm sure that some days, you know, they don't really appreciate it, but it's really, really, really awesome tool. So we're using that to reinforce positive behaviors. And I think that bottom line, my children don't get spanked a lot at all. In fact, some would say they don't get spanked enough, and that is probably true. But I find that reinforcing positive behavior works almost as well as the correction. You know, like those popping on the rear end. It has to happen, it has to happen on occasion, but when you are really reinforcing positive behavior, you don't have to do it as much. So that's our stand on discipline. We try never to get in our children's face and scream and yell and holler. Do I raise my voice? Sometimes, yes. Do I lose my temper? Sometimes, unfortunately, yes. But we try to discipline our children biblically, and we try to keep it a very healthy atmosphere. We all make mistakes, and when we do, we try to go back to our children and we try to tell them that, hey, you know, I messed up and I probably should not have, you know, yelled at you like that, and I'm sorry, and we ask for forgiveness, and then we explain to them why did that make me so angry that I felt like I needed to yell at you, or why, you know, whatever. So we really do try to do it in the best possible way, but that is our discipline methods. We are not supporters of sending children to bed without dinner. I absolutely will not do that. I am not a supporter of sticking your child in a corner with their face to the wall. I am highly claustrophobic, and that would just be torture for me, so we do not do that either. Yeah, there's just a lot of methods that I don't agree with, but I've basically explained to you guys what we do. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know some of you will have differing opinions, and that's fine. Keep the comments respectful, and I will see you guys in my next video. I hope everyone has a great day, and talk to you later. Bye-bye.